to Fred Achando Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. In case you are watching us for the first time, allow me to request you to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and like our videos. We are counting a few hours to the D-Day. Some said it had been hyped, others said that they have been waiting with bated breath. Monday the 20th, when the whole world is going to watch Africa as they fight to expand the democratic space, as they fight for justice, as they fight to send a strong message to the West, the Western nations which have installed presidents in Africa, and those presidents do not care about our affairs because people are going without food and they don't care. Animals are dying and they don't care. We have shortage of clean water, unemployment, insecurity. The list is just too long. A few weeks ago, if you had asked the government, if you had asked, for example, our Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, his opinion on the planned demonstrations, he would have told you that it was going nowhere. He didn't believe that we would reach a place where we are only counting hours to the maandamano. Today, he spent some moments pleading with Uhuru Kenyatta to talk to Raila to call off the demonstrations. So we no longer talk about if there's going to be any maandamano. The question is when, because it has been confirmed. The only question that Kenyans and of course the international community are now asking is, will people go to State House? Will they storm State House as they had earlier threatened? And one thing that I must say here is that Raila Odinga has always said that he wants a peaceful demonstration. But the people who follow Raila Odinga don't think that these peaceful demonstrations will work. Well, Raila does not want people to go to State House. The people he is leading really want him to head them to State House. So today, Raila was in a church and he was reacting to some information that had reached his desk that the Nairobi area police commandant, Mr. Bungei, had outlawed the tomorrow's maandamanos and he had warned that anybody who will be found there will be dealt with accordingly. And Raila pointed out to a possibility of people heading to State House tomorrow. I want you to listen to this speech, and then there is a place Raila is saying, tutakutana alafu tutaelekea huko. That is the gist of my analysis, that we will converge, then we will go towards that place. So it is a kind of a vague a pointing towards where people will be going.
Sawa. Kwa hivyo police wamekuwa notified and we will not be intimidated or blackmailed by the police. I want to tell all Kenyans, tomorrow is a public holiday. And we will be assembling wherever you are. If you cannot come to Nairobi, demonstrate where you are peacefully. But those who can come to Nairobi, come to Nairobi. Tuingie ndani ya Nairobi, tuonyesha hao waoga ya kwamba Kenya ni kubwa kushinda hao. Kenya is bigger than anybody else. Kenya does not belong to a particular person, a group of people, an individual, or a particular community. Kenya is for all the Kenyans. Kenya is ours. That's why tomorrow we will be there. Tutaenda ndani ya mji wa Nairobi katikati pale karibu na bunge pale, ndio tutaanza maandamano tukielekea huko. Sawa, mko tayari? Ngapi mko tayari? Wale mkono hapa.
I want you to listen to it again. Tukielekea huko, then you tell me huko ni wapi?
Pale karibu na bunge pale ndio tutaanza maandamano kupelekea huko. Sawa sawa, mko tayari?
So ladies and gentlemen, people will converge in the CBD around parliament buildings, then they will head somewhere. That somewhere is not mentioned. Amesema tukielekea huko. I want to submit to you that someone is threatening Raila Odinga with the Hague issue. Little do they know that this is about the people. We have mentioned here several times that Raila Odinga has got everything. He never lacks food. He never lacks the basic commodities. He can get access to clean water. He's got everything that he needs. But he is in the forefront fighting for the ordinary mwananchi. So he wants the people to take over this process so that the notion that he is fighting for self-aggrandizement can be cleared, because there is a certain school of thought that believes that Raila is doing this maybe because he wants to twist the government so that he can get a nusu mkate, a kind of a coalition government that they had with Mwai Kibaki, or the kind of handshake that they had with the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But the question that is bothering me is that why would he? Because Raila has got all the money. Even though someone is telling me that money is not enough, Raila has got the fame. He's very influential. Even in his capacity as an ordinary Kenyan, he controls more masses than the president himself. Why would he want a handshake? So this is one notion that Raila wants people to take over so that this narrative can be dealt with completely. It is about the people. You know, the government has detached itself from the people, and they don't understand the predicaments that people are going through. The government is either assuming, or they don't know that people are going without food. They are either assuming, or they don't know that we have Kenyans who are unemployed and they don't have any hopes of being employed. They're either assuming, or they don't know that in Northeastern animals are dying, and there are tribal clashes because those nomads are fighting for the scarce resources like pasture and water. So Raila Odinga wants the people to take over so that they can head to State House and petition their grievances, so that if that animal called ICC will come, let them arrest 1 million people who will be marching towards State House. If the government is prepared to shed blood, let the government kill over the millions, over 1 million people who will go to State House, because they are going there to petition their grievances, to ask questions. They want to know why more than 100 days they are still suffering, yet there is a government in place. The only language it has been determined all over the world that the government listens to is the language of demonstration that is always entrenched in our constitution, because the government needs to be pushed, and the only way to push the government is to paralyze the operations of the government so that they can come and sit down. Because when you sit pretty, they enjoy their luxuries at the comfort of their homes, yet people are suffering. They made appointments recently of 50 CAS, and you're wondering why a ministry can be run without those CAS. But he decided to do that. Now the funny thing is that there wasn't even one hustler in those appointments, as he had promised. And they have declared that this is a Kenya Kwanza limited company, and those who have got shares are those who voted for them. This government is soon turning out to be a government of just two tribes, the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu community, which largely supported William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. Notwithstanding the fact that all Kenyans pay taxes, and so they have a right to equal and equitable distribution of resources, and they have a right to the national cake. So tomorrow, as people go for the demonstrations. Stakes are high. And let people understand the reason why they are going to the streets. Even if you did not vote for Raila Odinga, even if you believe that William Samoei Ruto won, I believe that wherever you are going without food, the cost of living, you feel the pinch of the cost of living. You feel the pangs of hunger. Maybe you are coming from a place where there is insecurity. These are all the reasons why we want to go to the streets and ask the government questions. If you cannot afford school fees, yet Raila Odinga had said that he had promised free primary education. These are the questions that people will be asking tomorrow. No one is going outside there to loot, and the Azimio team must be wary of planted goons who will be wearing their uniforms to break into people's shops, to be breaking people's property and hitting vehicles around. Let them be wary. Let them conduct themselves with decorum so that they can shame this government, because tomorrow might just be the beginning. The end is soon coming. Like Martin Luther King once said, we shall overcome. Do you believe we shall overcome? That is my take.